Then we have strings. How we are going to define the string and what is like string. Basically, if you are using any value and encoding into a single quote, double quote, triple quote, Python will consider that value as a string value. So just like if we are using single quote and if you are using double quote, both the values will be treated as same. It is just the way it's encoded. And this can be also like if we want to use the print statement or the string values in the print statement, we don't need to explicitly assign to a variable and then print that value in that value. It can be directly written into the print statement also, or we can assign to a variable the string function values and then we can use, print that variable. How we can use the multi-line strings, like you're not assigning a word or you're not assigning a letter string character type letter to a variable. You want to assign a kind of paragraph is there and that you want to assign as to a variable. So it's going to be multi-line string. So we can use the double quote or the triple double quotes value to assign it. Okay, now we have assigned the variable, the string value to a variable. But if you want to check what is the length of that string, so we have the length function. Like I'm defining, and now I want to check what is the length of x. I can use length function. So here, this is the way we can check the length of string. And if it is having any white space, so that white space will also be considered as the string length. Like I just have given the white space, it will consider as a one extra value. White space is also considered as a string value. Okay. Now we have seen how to define a or how to assign a string value to a variable and how to get the length of the string. Now you have defined the string value, you know the length of the string. Now instead of printing the entire string, you just want to print a few letters, just like hello world is there. I don't want to print the entire hello world. I just want to print from the second letter to the fifth letter. So then slicing the string comes into a picture. Slicing is like you are dividing or you are breaking the string value into a multiple slice. And slicing can be done different ways, either just like it's not hard and fast rule. You want to view your string value from the starting, or you want to view your know your string value from the last. It can be done from the middle also, or you can start, but you just want to know the half part of the string, what is the starting and the last fifth till fifth letter. It can be done in the reverse way. You want to start slice the string from the last and like what is the last letter from the fourth letter or the fifth letter. So that's how the we can slice the string. So if you see here, we have the hello word, and if you want to just print from second letter to fifth letter, so this can be done in this way. We can use the single quote and we can define the starting position and the ending positions what we want to see. Like don't want to see the end. We don't want to print the entire X value. So what we are going to do, we can just print from the first character to fourth character. So how we have to use the square bracket first. We want to check the first position, then we'll put the columns, and till fourth character only we want to print. So if you will execute, it is going to print this ELLO. Because how the indexing is done, it is if we do the indexing from the starting, so it will be done, zero value will be assigned to H, then 1 2 3 4, like that's how the indexing is done from the starting. But if we are doing the reverse indexing from last, then it will, the last variable character value will be -1, so D will be -1, -2, -3. That's how the indexing is done. This is the same way indexing will be done in list, tuples, dictionary, and the simple string also. Okay, so we have seen if we want how we want to print from the, if we want to print from a specific index value, but we are not sure like we don't want to specify the starting index. We need the string value from the starting, but we want to see only till fourth value. So we don't need to specify the starting index value. We can just place it like this. Simple square bracket, then put the columns and then ending index value. So it will consider, it will give us the value starting from H now. Yes. The same way we can done if we want to print the entire string but not from the starting. So what we can do, just like I want to print from the fifth value, but I want to consider it till end. So I'll just give the starting index value and I'll put the columns, and in end value I'm not going to put anything. I'll just leave it blank and then close the square bracket. When I'm going to run it, it is going to give me the print. It is going to print till this D value. This is how the slicing can be done. We have seen the same like how to slice till end. So we can pass the starting index value and in end position. We don't need to pass anything. Just close the square bracket. So it will print till end. And when we're discussing positive indexing, like if we are starting from 0, so this H will be treated as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. If we are going with negative indexing, like from start last, so -1, -2, -3. So how we can print with the negative index? The same way we are doing with the positive, you can consider it with the negative. Like now I don't know like how many values are there. I just want to check the last value. So what I'll say, give me from -2 should be the last value, and ending value should be -5. Yes. So it is the errors because I'm using the negative index. So I have to pass this -2 value at the end because it's going to read from either way the string will be written from the starting only. So what I, if I'll be just reversing it, so now it is reading from the last, so it will see -1, -2, it will start printing from there and then it will come here. Yes. Okay. Now you have the string value you have assigned, but you want to change it. You don't. You want to change all the characters in the string to uppercase. So we have the upper functions available. If you want to change the entire value to a lowercase, we have the lower functions available. So how it is going to work? So just like it is there, hello world. Now I want to change the entire value to uppercase. So I'll use upper. Entire string characters are changed into uppercase. The same way, if you want to change the entire string into a lowercase, you can just use the lower function. This is online editor. I think there's some server issue. We'll do it later. Okay. So if you want to, there is some white spaces or extra spaces are given. You want to remove the entire white space from your string value. So we have this try functions available. So it will help us in removing the white spaces from the string value. Now you have written something, but you want to replace a particular character from the string. So we have the replace function available. So like we have hello world is there, but we want to replace the h value with the j. So we can use the replace function. So what is the value you want to replace? You have to specify that, and with which value you want to replace, specify that value. Yes. Now let's try with replace, how the replace function is working. We have, let's try changing the E, and with which value we want to change. Let's try to change it, E value. So wherever E was used, it is changed with a P. If you want to, like, L is used multiple times, so let's try changing L instead of P. P value. See, So wherever L was there, it is now replaced with a P character. So that's how replace function is used in string. Okay. Now we want to split, like there is a string is there and we want to divide it into two parts. So with a particular character we want to split it. Just like we have the split, we can use the split function for this. Just like hello bird is there, and now we have the, for splitting we are using the comma here, but we can use any other character, whatever you prefer to split it. Just like we have this split. Now I'm not using any comma, but I'm having the white space. So what I'll do here, I'll just leave the white space. See, now it is considering this string into two different. It is splitted now into two values.
Yeah. Hello.
Is
Ma'am, can we split the hello only into two parts?
sorry.
Can we split into the hello only into two parts?
Yes, we can do that. So like if hello is there, you want to split the hello in using the e character.
This one.
Just pass the character into it. Now see, H is considered as a different character and the rest of the string is considered as a different value. And if we want to just like this string is there, and if we want to just we don't want to modify anything in the world, but you want to just split hello. So there we have to write a function. There are certain cases available. We'll discuss it in detail how it can be done.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.